This is it, and already for the buy. Quite a bit of Kevlar picked up from both teams, 4 Kevlar each actually. Cajun with the kit, and a few nades on Apex, so he'll be leading the charge here, trying to set up the play, and it looks like, for now at least, EnVy, they're gearing up for that A site take, although they have put Kiyoshima over on the B side, just to make sure that TSM can't really push out into the halls to get too much out of that.
One single smoke currently on Apex, so not going to be the heaviest execute. I think this is, not surprisingly, going to rely on speed once again with all his armor.
Yeah, this is interesting though, because for a long time, Cash, as the defense on the pistol rounds, you've put multiple players 2 to 3 over towards B, and you play retake on A. This time, TSM's completely switched that up to try and catch him off guard, and it might just work with 3 players at A already.
Yeah, this smacks of preparation here, getting a bit of a hint on what Happy has in mind essentially for this first pistol round. This is going to be crucial. This is going to set the pace, and now it begins. EnVy, they start the rush out on, and already leading with the bomb. They have no fear. Device is there to deny it. 2 kills for Zipnix. What was that? You don't even have control of the site, and you're going for the plant?
What a risk being taken. Cajun and Zipnix picking up another one. And Happy, there's not a lot he could do here. All they need to do is play defensively, and Happy shouldn't be able to find 4 kills in 24 seconds. He is very good, but not that good, and Carrigan will shut him down. Moses, as Semler was saying, they didn't check the back of the bomb side. What's up with that?
It's a massive yeah, it's a massive blunder, and what it is, it comes down to that. They didn't meet any resistance entering into the bomb site, so they just assumed the past couple months, these pistol rounds on Cash versus CTs has been those stacks on the B bomb site. So they took that indication of shots coming through the smokes from truck as if they were playing a retake on A, so they felt they didn't need to clear the bomb site, and Zipnix with a beautiful play times it perfectly.
Yeah, and we saw there, thank you for pointing out the setup that they had there. I mean, it's the perfect counter.
Yeah,
Zipnix, all he has to do is peek out from behind quad, and he's right on NBK. No time for his teammates to react to NBK. No time for them to cover him with that bomb plant.
Yeah, it's YNK, our observer, who's doing a really good job all tournament long here. We're talking about the EnVy buy-ups here, and it's pistol armor, including 2 Deagles, to try and look for an opening. I'm especially glad that Kiyoshima has one. He's deadly with that weapon. NBK's gone down, though, only doing a little bit of damage to Carrigan. And if TSM can pick up these next 3 rounds, it'll build a solid base for them, especially if they don't lose too many rifles.
Yeah, and you can see they bought 5 rifles because they know this pistol is coming, so they want to play that long-range battle.
Exactly, whittle them down, and Carrigan doesn't hang around in mid either. He gets that first kill, repeats, and then backs off, but there it is, Apex doing what Apex does best, essentially. He gets the first kill, but Cajun B making use of the FAMAS, at range, not at risk, just landing the shots.
Device almost letting one slip by. That's Kenny picking up a kill. That's a bit scary, and Device is going to go down as well. And we've ended up in a 2v2 with about 35 seconds left. The bomb is in the bomb site, and here's Kiyoshima with that Deagle. You got to be careful. He's a champion at this weapon. And Carrigan going to back off for a second. He's already got the double kill. Bomb's going to go down. Kiyoshima, there's the kill. It's not going to be a headshot, but it works anyway. He's looking for one more on Zipnix. He's got 4 bullets, not even reloading. 16 seconds. He goes for it. One more shot. Oh, he's going to go down. And Zipnix now moving in. Happy there. He said he's going to get it. And EnVy, they take the second round. They're the best at it.
Yeah, again and again it works out for EnVy on these force buys, and it's one small mistake. Device looks away at just the wrong second that allows one player to sneak in, clear out that B bomb site. They bought 5 rifles specifically because they know the armor pistol buy is coming. They want to be able to take these players down, who, even though they have armor, those SMGs just can't do it against armor, and still EnVy managed to pull it out.
That's the thing. They are the kings of the second round buy, of the pistol force. EnVy, all odds should be against them. Even if you're trying to hard counter it, you still can't stop these guys from winning those rounds. That is why they're one of the most dangerous teams in the world, and that is going to be the perfect start here for EnVy. They lose the pistol, they're like, yeah, whatever. Okay, now we get into the second round, and now we start to get that momentum going our way. Kiyoshima might be in for a bit of a rude surprise here, but he gets the perfect timing on his flash to hold off that push, and this sets up perhaps for a little bit of a flank coming in from Checkered, but we shall see Team Solo Mid trying to push him down, and they will be able to pick up the kill. Carrigan opening up with the 5-7.
What? They're actually pushing into that stack. That's very surprising. I thought they'd try and go through middle. Device going to take down NBK. This could be a bit of a switch around. Apex will drop Carrigan, but Dupree in the corner will drop Apex, and now it's a 2v4. They've even picked up an AK-47. Kenny and Happy trying to see if they can get out of it. Cajun, I think he spotted Happy, and this is a great distance for the 5-7. He hits a headshot, doesn't get the kill, but it's very close, and Kenny's backing off. This is a disaster for EnVy. They did so much work to win that second round, but now almost no chance for Kenny. He does have the bomb. This would be a big moment to clutch it.
Oh, and the mind games right now. Excellent stuff from him. He starts walking right on time. There is no, I mean, Just one man holding here, and this could be it. Does Kenny check the corner? He drops right in, and he doesn't get the flick. Dupree is there. Manages to pull off that sneak attack, but that was perfect play from Kenny as well, though. He reads the fake. He's just like, yeah, they're going to think I went A. He wraps back around onto B. Unluckily for him, though, he doesn't check the corner in time.
And it's crazy they come out of vents into that stack. I have to assume that Kiyoshimo did not see more than 2 players there. They thought that they were pushing all the way out to that sunroom and tried to drop out of those vents behind him to just eliminate that, but they weren't expecting the other 2 players to be there. So a great round from Team Solo Mid. And these rounds are just going back and forth at the moment.
Yeah, terrific stuff.
Starting on the 4th one, a very, very common Molotov to counter the boost. Apex has an AK. How does that work out?
Well, it doesn't work out very well. No armor on that AK-47, and he eats a grenade down to 19 HP. Might want to pass that off to someone who has the armor.
Especially if it gets dropped up there, that's going to be a bit awkward. It means that they'll have to boost somebody else, waste a bit more time on EnVy's side, but he does back off, and he does hand it off to Happy, who has the Kevlar helmet. So Happy, he should be able to take point here, get something out of this rifle.
I believe it was the last ESCA LAN when Sean Gares from Cloud9 was pointing out that in the current metagame, what a shot
okay then.
there. Karrigan going down, but you want to fight for the first 5 rounds, and that's still true even now, almost a year later, it seems.
Yeah, the meta really hasn't changed that much. I mean, Kenny, EnVy, like that's just what they're going to do. But Xyp9x is here. He takes out Happy, holding on that A site. 35 seconds left and the push begins. 1 in Squeak there, drawing Xyp9x's attention. That allows for his teammates to make their way out through A main. They are trying to set it up. Smoke goes down to block off Device, but there's still a potential crossfire here. 3 players rotating in for Team Solo Mid, but the kills rain in as well for EnVy. Device, though, holds the line, gets 2 kills, and now it's going to come down to Kiyoshima. Instant headshot for him, picks up the bomb, and with 18 seconds left, he can go for the plant, but he decides to play the clock instead. Very close thing, Dupree, though. Surprise, surprise, only 10 seconds, and Kiyoshima looking for the shot isn't going to get it in time. Dupree instead will be there to stop the EnVy train.
Right, but these pistols are still doing so much incredible damage. TSM not able to survive with any number of players alive, just down to that one-on-one. Their economy not being able to be built up, so finally they stabilize, and it could be a little bit of a safer, more passive buy out of EnVy. No armor behind some of these pistols that they've picked up, not even any nades.
A lot of the EnVy effect comes from the fact that they are able to very often win these early rounds and then sort of get control of the match. It seems like TSM have actually sort of outlived the most dangerous part of the early game here against EnVy, and that could really make a big difference. I actually think TSM is a team that get a lot out of cash on the T side and often a lot less on the CT side. So if they get a great start here, bounce up to, you know, about a 5-1 scoreline, that'd be really good.
Oh, it would be fantastic, and they're set for it here. That we should see them at 4-1, and it's going to come down to what EnVy decide to go for in the next buy round. Whether Kenny can afford on AWP, that's going to be a good question. But Device takes a peek into mid. Karrigan is there to support him, so no real shot here for EnVy to get any control. Device, though, does get headshot. It's a bit scary. They are low, but still, Xyp9x comes in. That's it. The support, the teamwork coming in for Team Solo Mid. They're going to be able to keep control.
And Cajun boosted up from the B-bomb site. Happy last man left, and he's going to go down there. So, nicely handled, and 4-1.
And it's all going to be about if Kenny S decides to pick up that AWP. He has the money for it as well with light armor. And he can do a lot of damage if he's able to get boosted up and make some picks happen.
Exactly. T-side op is viable, definitely on cash, and he is going to go for it. So unlike yesterday, we kind of stayed off the AWP for his T-side. Looks like right now, that's the game plan here for EnVy. Get that op and play. We still don't have one on TSM to counter that either.
Well, and TSM on defense likes to control mid. They know how crucial it is to success on the defensive side. So if any kind of boost comes out, that's somewhere that there are going to be members of TSM able to be picked off.
Oh, that's cheeky.
I don't want to read too much into it, but Kenny does lack head armor, which is normally not a problem if you're on the CT side, because that AK will one-shot you anyway. The M4A1 that 4 of the TSM members have won't unless you don't have head armor. So I don't want to say this is a big risk, but it's worth pointing out that there is that one weakness in Kenny's setup, just for later on.
Yeah. Kenny's like, nah, 1 shot, 1 kill. They won't get a bullet on me. I don't need a helmet. But A side, again, EnVy, they're getting the control. I mean, they've managed to get a man over into Toxic in the B hall, so they see that there's nothing tricky coming over from TSM on that side. They still have a presence in mid, and now they start to gear up here for a push onto A, but Kenny gets forced back after that flash. He is still looking to give that pick that's going to make things a little bit easier here for the Frenchman.
Right, and Apex just clears that boost off and then falls back. This is kind of the calm before the storm, because you know they just spread out in that default, wait for any kind of a push, waiting for that moment they decide to explode out mid, and there it is. NBK comes out, forces the defense back.
Carrigan gonna try and fall back into the bomb site, but look at the clock here. 25 seconds as they make their way towards the B bomb site. Dupree gonna get the opening kill. There's still a Molotov. That's a very late Molotov here from Cajun, buying a lot of time. Dupree picking up a second kill, but there's Kenny opening up, taking down Cajun, and Dupree will fall as well. Carrigan goes down. It's Kenny with the double, and now it's a 2v2. He's finally gonna be dropped by Sipnix, and the clock ticking away. 6-5, the bomb is gonna go down, and it's Happy who has to try and clutch it. And I know you guys know the chant, so give it up for Happy here. It's a 1v2. He's walking and he doesn't get it. He goes down, and Sipnix with a double. Not even a chance for any kind of chant here. And that's TSM winning a 5th round. What a great round for them, but it almost looked like Kenny was gonna bring it back.
Right, but in that 2 versus 2 surviving, and that's the danger of EnVy, is that they have all these entry fraggers, all these strong players that come into the bomb site, and if they're not having success, Kenny S with the op right behind him, he can entry frag with that weapon all on his own. And of course, EnVy with that plant, they're gonna buy up. They have 2 Tech 9s, they have 3 rifles.
Yeah, this is a healthy mix for EnVy. One of the few teams you can say, oh, you know, this is actually pretty scary for them. Goodbye. 2 Tech 9s, it's fine. What's even worse is that Team Solar, they get to save a lot of money because they pick up Kenny's op now. So Kerrigan, he's going to be the one carrying that, but a lot of money in the bank there because of it. But this is it now. EnVy, do they decide to just push in? Good timing on the smoke to slow things down. Zipnix with the touchdown HE? No, just doing a little bit of damage to Kenny and Apex, both of the pistol carriers, so no huge loss there for EnVy.
Oh, look at these counter Molotov flashes coming out as well. Molotov's going up. Sipnix completely flashed. What an entrance. And Apex will take him down now. Device playing very close to the smoke. They don't know he's here, but he's going to be flashed as well. And Kenny will take him down. Happy to drop for free. EnVy, this time it works. And it's going to be Cajun and Carrigan left. That bomb is down and ticking. And yeah, they realize there's no point in fighting this. That was very impressive.
Those are a pair of beautiful flashbangs from EnVy, completely blinding every A player trying to mount a defense, and just the confidence of those Tech 9s running into the bomb site, not slowing down, not being scared whatsoever. And they clean house so quickly that forces the save.
Kenny's flash in particular, like the one onto the backside to get Zip sick, right? But Kenny just sets it up behind the forklift. Device didn't know what hit him. I mean, that was a thing of beauty, no doubt about it. Kerrigan, though, putting that off to work, getting 2 kills, but he will get chased down by Kiyoshima. And the last man here for TSM Cajun B will survive the round. He will hold on to that M4. But now, look, I mean, sure, they saved money on the op, but it's still going to be a bit of a touch-and-go buy here for TSM. EnVy are definitely not out of this yet. TSM don't have that huge bank to just keep full buying every round and keep buying the Molotovs, more importantly.
Yeah, and it goes back to those rounds where just pistols, EnVy's able to force it down into one-on-ones or eliminate 3 players from the TSM side. Finally, rebuying all those weapons has caught up to him here with this week 2 pistol purchase.
And are they going to go for some A control? I think so. TSM, they were gearing up for a bit of an A push. There is a man, Apex, waiting on the other side, but Cajun decides to take the spray battle through. A little bit of damage dealt to Cajun, but that's about it for now. And EnVy still content with this, slowing down, getting the info essentially. They figured out what TSM were up to.
And again, for any new players out there, just to point out, the AK will put tracers for the smoke, whereas the M4A1 will not. So if you're on the CT side and you have that weapon, unless you're like MBK or Stole One, you'll have just a slight advantage in being able to predict where the enemy is shooting from, whereas they can't do the same. Nice jump from Sipnix there, spots a couple of people. Molotov into what has been named the NBK corner. And we'll see if they can actually make this A push work. There is someone sneaking up from behind in middle, though, from the TSM side. And that's Carrigan with a pistol. Nice idea, but heads-up play from Kiyoshima.
Yeah, that's so thorough. That is so important for EnVy to watch their backs, basically, to make sure that nobody can push through and get something for free. And Kiyoshima does it again. He takes out Device. 2-man advantage now for EnVy. They can go rushing out onto a site if they like. There's still some time here. Zipnix's going to set up the pop. He's looking to find a big frag, but nobody blinded by it. They're just a second off, and NBK will open things up on the A site. Cajun there, instant reply from him. But now he's just going to get overwhelmed here. He is actually going to be able to stay alive just a little bit longer, but in the end, it won't make no difference. Kenny S hunts him down, and 3 players survive the round for EnVy.
I feel like EnVy's come into this match and slowed things down a lot, catching TSM really off guard with a spread out default where they're watching for these pushes. TSM seems like they're really antsy when there's no aggression early on in these rounds. You can see Kerrigan pushing up middle, either trying to get a quick flank when the execute does come in or just some kind of intel, but he gets punished for it.
Well, we're going to be starting on the 9th round here, and at TSM, they were sort of half broken last round. This time they've been fully broken. Just a couple of grenades, and EnVy, they've got everything they need. This is a big turnaround for the French team. Carrigan is going to go down, And they've got a stack in the B bomb site, but the way they're approaching it, Envy, it's not going to matter. They're just slowly creeping in here. Dupree trying his best, but it's going to be a cleanup. I'm happy he gets 2 and a 3rd one as well, and a very nice round indeed.
Yeah, no real investment from TSM there, but you can see even with that stack, much like I believe it was the 3rd round that they did it, that they re-won on the eco. That time they take that fight in the choke point instead of luring Envy into a trap. So it works out in the favor of the rifles, in favor of the stronger arsenal, and Envy just mops up.
Yeah, peeking one at a time, that was the main thing. Happy though, he's gonna be happy, you know, getting some frags. Yeah, get those eco frags, get them stats. Make Thorin proud.
No kits on the CT side as well right now, and actually very little nades. Only 1 smoke that just got used, so TSM is out of smokes for the rest of this round, and that's crucial. Very light utility, only 1 nade and 1 flash across all 5 players. Cajun B lurking up into the smoke in mid.
And that might be a direct result of the fact that they just don't have any more smokes. They kind of got to go aggressive here. It's right around the corner. He hits right around the wall. Oh, it's going to be both kills. Goes for a 3rd one and doesn't kill MBK. That was very close. 36 health, but still a very good trade in favor of TSM. And see if Envy can bring it back here. If they lose now, TSM still won't be in a great position economically, but they can't give up too many rounds on their CT side either.
Envy can't lose focus. They need to make sure that they're checking those kinds of angles. If there's a deep smoke like that, there could be somebody lurking on the other side. And look at Kenny now, you know, basically they learned their lesson. Now they're going to be checking everywhere. And this is also a weapon that Team Solo Mid can use. Going for something crazy like that forces Envy to waste time being very thorough across the map. So it's going to slow down their pace. That bomb is making its way through Garage. Kerrigan, though, will find the kill onto Kenny, who's definitely going to be frustrated with that, trying to scope in for an opening. Not going to find it. Dupree, however, will get caught by Kiyoshima. And there it is, double entry by Kiyoshima. And this is the kind of explosive play we're talking about when it comes to Envy. Any one of these players is just capable of walking onto a bomb site and single-handedly getting control.
Oh, and he gets
winning the round.
This is ridiculous. They even have a Molotov left on NBK to buy even more time. They had 2 smokes and a Molotov for this. Sipnix, he's been playing really well so far, but he's going to have to go huge here with the FAMAS. Runs in and does hit a headshot on MBK. The bomb is planted perfectly for Kiyoshima. Fakes it once. Kiyoshima peeks it. He's not that much help, but he gets a headshot. It's a quad kill. Kiyoshima shuts down TSM. What a round.
Yeah, Kiyoshima's a beast there because those are the rounds that TSM doesn't normally lose. One of the better teams of not giving up man advantages. But either way, Kiyoshima with the 2 entry frags just destroys that. They get the bomb planted. The other 2 members are so far away.
Can I ask a small question here? So, was it Dupree hiding in the corner with the box?
Yeah.
He had the M4A1. The barrel's a little bit longer. Do you think that's what gave it away there?
He was looking into the wall, though.
Yeah,
like,
well, only right at the end. I think just before that, he actually peeked to the side.
More than likely spotted it.
I'm wondering if he inadvertently gave away his position. That's a small detail, but it might have actually been the trigger to lose the round there.
Well, I mean, we haven't reached like disaster level here yet for Team Solo Mid. This is still a very close map, and it can go either way, but they did not want Envy to get 5 rounds on the board this early on. And we're getting into the later part of the half here, but now Envy, they're going to feel confident. They've got a lot of bank to work with, actually, so they're going to be able to rebuy. No problem at all. All the pressure is going to be on Team Solo Mid in the next round, essentially, but let's see what Sipnix can do here as he moves on to the A site. Nothing much. NBK just going to shut him down instantly, and Device will find a great headshot onto Apex, looking for another. He's got NBK pinned down. But this isn't a situation that Envy should be able to lose. They've got the rifles, they've got the firepower advantage, and as you can see, Kenny and NBK basically demonstrating that.
I think Cajun was spotted here, so Kenny's gonna, he goes to scope in, but pulls his pistol out and then gets messed up on the ladder. They'll be able to recover that at least, but either way, a little bit of a bummer there for Kenny S. But as the losing bonus has built up over these past 5 rounds, TSM, this is going to be the best buy they've had in quite some time. They're going to have every grenade they want. They bring out the AWP again onto Kerrigan, and they actually switch into a double AWP setup with Device. These can be split up on each of the ones at the bomb site to have a lot heavy emphasis on mid and allow for easier rotates between the 2 sites.
But playing against Envy, you've got to hit those shots very early because every shot missed, they get just a little bit closer, and you can only miss so many before they're right up in your face. And you can tell here they're setting up for a little bit of speed. Kenny could be ready to pop flash, which means Kerrigan will be not in a great position to get this shot. Otherwise, he might be able to. There's the flash. He doesn't get the shot off either. And now they're getting close, and Kerrigan, he might have one more chance, but then he's going to go down there all around him. No scope, not going to hit. Devices there. Gets one, but NBK with a double. And it's Sipnix Well, he does refrag, but now it's a 3-on-3 retake, and we'll see if TSM can handle this.
Yeah, they're a bit light on the nades here. Apex is the man who's kind of lurking here. He could actually ruin everything for Team Solo Mid. If his two teammates on the site can buy enough time, Apex can push in behind and just hamstring the Solo Mid offense here. The retake coming in, but a good flash there to open it up. Kenny, however, going to remove Cajun. And there it is. Apex to take out Zipnix. The backstab works. And EnVy, they pick up a 7th round.
NBK with 2 huge kills on both the Oppers. That's the danger of that setup. Only one player inside that bomb site. And against a team like EnVyUs, who hits bomb sites so aggressively, they don't stop, they don't slow down, they're not scared, they clean them out so quickly. And all of a sudden, TSM's back into a really, really weak force buy situation. No armor on Cajun B, no kits across the board.
A real dangerous situation now. This Team Solo Mid, it's going to come down to something crazy again, like what Cajun did, pushed into mid, right? Try and take a risk and see if it pays off, because they just don't have the utility to buy the time versus EnVy. And retaking a site with no nades, it's so difficult at this level. EnVy taking their time as well. No rush from them. They don't want to just blunder into anything here. They know how desperate the situation is now for Team Solo Mid. And so they spread out, they go for the default. They're looking to just get the information and see if they can't catch somebody peeking. And Happy's got the right idea here. Kerrigan, who's going to peek first? It's the game of chicken.
They're waiting for it. No one making a move yet. Happy gonna get that kill in the middle finally on Kerrigan. EnVy also know that TSM are running out of grenades. They've got so little, so when they wait this long, they're gonna have next to nothing. Zipnix hiding in sight with a FAMAS, but they're gonna come all around once again, just like they did with Kerrigan the previous round. They wait until they all execute at the same time. Cajun going down and Dupree on the run.
EnVy has TSM right where they want them now, because now that these buys are weak, I mean, TSM has to force buy for the rest of this half to try and put rounds on the board, but because they're so light on utility, it's forcing TSM players to peek into one-on-one duels, and that's exactly what EnVyUs wants, and then they just keep pushing forward with no fear.
So, Selma, you were pointing this out earlier, that TSM were actually trying for a bit of an aggressive setup in main. They were trying to pop flash their way, and I think they got sort of stopped by some random grenades by EnVy. But could you think, Moses, that could be an idea to try and switch it up, put a little bit of aggression on TSM instead of waiting for EnVy?
Well, the issue is they've tried that in the past, and it hasn't really worked out. They've been punished for it. One round it worked when Cajun B pushed up in the middle, but since then, it's just getting punished every time. EnVy's just outplaying TSM on so many different fronts.
Yeah, they're hitting the shots, and that's the thing. They're hitting the shots harder. And, well, I mean, I thought for a second there that EnVy might try and go for something clever. Yeah, Kenny, he's checking for the boost right now, and this has become something that's a bit common. We've actually seen players, yeah, there you go, Kenny, MBK, both of them ready for it.
I think they're setting up for a triple smoke into the B bomb site. They've got all the positions for it, and that's going to be hell for anyone holding inside. You can do that outside, throw 3 different smokes that covers all of B. They will actually fall out of that position and end up molotoving off the back of Checkered instead, but they had the perfect positions for it.
Yeah, Dupree right now has got to be wondering what is coming for him, because they broke out the windows as well. That could mean Molotovs raining onto the site. Very common one, and there it is. Sure enough, Molotov forces Dupree into the back corner. Now EnVy, they just have to worry about this box, but an excellent flash there to slow things down. Nice shot by NBK, though, taking Kerrigan off high, and now Dupree trying his best to stay alive. NBK having none of that. Removes them from the map, and that is going to be EnVy getting control of the B site once again. The bomb will get planted, and now all of the pressure on Team Solo Mid. What is the call for them next?
Well, trying to get the wall bangs through here, and Happy being forced out. He's going to go down to Zipnix. Not at all a bad kill, so at least it's a 3v3. They do not have a defuse kit picked up. They need to move quick. Hiroshima, a monster in here. Kenny and MBK, and the round is done. TSM, even as they're trying to set up, they get shot down. MBK with a triple, and now we're going to go into the last round of this first half here with a very impressive performance on the French team.
And EnVy, a team that's known for how good they can entry frag, and Apex to kind of the star of that role on this team. It doesn't even matter. Look at the spread on these kills. 12, 12, 12. 3 players with 12 kills, 1 with 11. They're all just putting in work as they enter into the bomb sites. It's incredible from them.
And they're all so very rich now. They can just do whatever they want. They haven't had any pressure on them for so many rounds just because they can rebuy every time. And there it is. Great entry once again. Kiyoshima taking point, just opening up the B site because Team Solo Mid, they had to focus on A this round. It's just not going to pan out. Kerrigan goes YOLOing onto the B site to his demise, and Happy will be able to pick up the 1 in mid, but the damage is done. It's a 2-on-4 situation.
Yeah, this is crazy because this is just a no respect style out of EnVyUs, and every team talks about it. It's so hard to deal with it when a team has that much confidence. And look at these shots they're landing. No reason to show respect when you're hitting every shot into the head on the first bullet.
Even Apex taking down Device. We're gonna have to see a lot more out of TSM here on the second half. I've seen them have very impressive T-side halves on Cash, but this is gonna have to be something else. I have a technical question. In the very beginning of this first half here, Apex, you said he cleared out the boost shot over at A. He just peeked in after a flash and checked it, and then they rotated back to B. Now, we were talking about that huge notebook that they were walking around with. Sometimes teams have certain tells that they might not even know. Do you think Envy could have realized that, all right, every time TSM don't have a member there, or if they do, we know something about their setup? Like, could Envy have gone that deep on them?
They could have. I think perhaps more than likely what it is they're that team. They just want to explode on the bomb site. They want to get through those smokes, and the only thing that really holds them back from that is if someone's on boost to kill the first two people out main. So they throw that smoke to cover him from truck. They pop flash out the main. Just let him shoulder peek it, see if he's there, and then they can re-execute behind that.
Right, so that's what I thought, but then what was confusing is they ended up going back to the B bomb site. So I was wondering if it was a tell that said something about the TSM setup on the rest of the map, because it looked very deliberate, and it's not a peek that we see a lot of teams do. Mostly people flash their way through a smoke that's already up, and then they just check it as they go.
Well, we have 40 seconds left in this pause, 2 minutes between each half, guys. So there was a bit of a break for the teams to discuss. And Team Solo Mid right now, yeah, they're not looking too hot because they have a lot of work ahead of them. This pistol round is going to be crucial. And one thing that's just staring me in the face right here is the fact that Envy finish. It's not every day you see all 5 members finish with more than $10,000 in the bank.
Oh, no.
You know, it's just like they had everything, all control at the end of that second half.
I would also argue, and this is not to take anything away from Sipnix because he's been playing his heart out in this first half, but he's not supposed to be at the top of the scoreboard. They've got other people that should be doing that job,
right.
And it's Dupree Device towards the bottom at 6 and 7 kills. So there's definitely some sort of misalignment here on the Danish side.
A lot of it comes down to the fact that EnVyUs players they came in hot and they won every aim battle they got into. There was nothing TSM could do in some situations. NBK with some of those entries, Kiyoshima with his quad kill round. I mean, that was just demoralizing. But the big thing, the crazy thing is this was 5-1 in favor of TSM at one point, and then Envy wins 9 rounds straight to close that half out.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it right now, and all of them in double digits as well. Everybody hitting so hard on Envy's side. But we go into the pistol round now of the second half. Team Solo Mid now on the terrorist side, and Envy will be playing defense on the CT. Dupree eating some nade damage early, Cajun as well, and now there's the peak. This is a bit characteristic of Kiyoshima. He does like to get up in the vents to get this info mid, trying to establish that crossfire. But for now, Team Solo Mid not biting, holding very far back, in fact.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, just watching for any kind of a B push, but 3 players rotating over towards A. That's including the bomb, which is on Kerrigan's back, and it looks like Envy's maybe putting a boost up themselves. Happy goes up onto the boost boxes.
That's not every day that you see that from Envy.
And it's
hardly
not
ever.
It's not every day that you see 2 defuse kits either in a pistol round. So that's a bit interesting, as YNK was pointing out there. Well, it's about 48 seconds left, and TSM, they're setting up for it, and Happy got a little bit of backup from NBK, but this bomb side is not so strong. One of these 2 players, or both, has got to land some really good kills, and there's NBK. One click, he gets another one. He's still alive in the back lines. 4 bullets left, they're coming for him, and he does go down eventually. Dupree and Device with a kill each. Apex to go down. Device picking up that USPS, and now it's going to be a 2v3. That bomb is not planted yet, and there's about 20 seconds left. Kenny moving in. He's looking for headshots, but he's going to get one in return. Device with the triple kill. Cajun surviving. There's a burst fire to finish it 6-10.
Yeah, some good early kills from Envy, but TSM just overruns that bomb site. They kill Apex and Kenny, both trying to sneak their way into the bomb site, but some good shoulder peeks by the one player in quad just to get the intel, not committing to a fight until he has a teammate with him, but just getting the information, and they can decide what to do from there, and they eliminate both players like that.
I believe that was Device back there. Yeah, and it was a thing of
really
beauty.
Intelligent.
Very well done, and Happy, you know, not really having the huge impact. You know, you want to be able to pick up a kill decisively and maybe soften up another, but as we saw, NBK ended up, they were both shooting at the same target. So Team Solo Mid had so much HP when they went onto that site that it was going to be very difficult for Envy to make a difference, and now they really aren't wasting much time. This may be a bit of a bully tactic coming out. Unfortunately for Team Solo Mid, though, they're going to find quite a few here waiting, and there it is, the flash in Apex. He can swap for the up, and he even gets another. That's a huge play that could turn the tide, but TSM, they strike right back. 3 players still alive. Kenny gone as well, and it's going to be down to Happy now. Last man rotating in from the B side for Envy. But that was definitely a very close situation there for Team Solo Mid.
Yeah, that round was at a tipping point before KJB and Kerrigan finally cleaned things up. That was really, really scary for them. One thing to note, there was a buy out of Envy on that round, on the second round, very characteristic of them, but it was Kenny S who only picks up a CZ. He doesn't buy armor behind it, so he wants to have that AWP in the fourth round. He wants to have his weapon of choice going into these gun rounds with the lead that they brought.
NBK with a scout, and we've actually seen him do extremely well on this map. There's some really funny highlight reels of him shutting people down this time. Not going to happen. Happy will die. I'm wondering, because yesterday we saw NBK buying multiple scouts on Mirage, round after round. I'm hoping we won't see the same, because I think that was a bit of a daring tactic, and it seemed like they'll cool it off for a moment here on the CT side.
We could probably argue that NBK is like the craftiest scout player in the game, like the specialist scout player, just because he seems to know every abusive spot on the map to make use of the jump mechanic, right? He knows all the nasty corners, and he just does such a good job of tagging up the opponents before they can get onto the site. Now here's the aggressive push coming out from Team Solo Mid. Dupree does get headshot, but he takes down Kenny, and that's going to open things up. Device will be pushing in, and really this should be everything going Team Solo Mid's way as Device just ruthlessly pushes into CT spawn. He's going to be able to pick up even more money here with these SMG kills, and that's going to go towards a potential op if he wants it on his T side. But not really going to leave a whole lot for Team EnVyUs to do here apart from cross their fingers and hope they can get lucky with an exit, but that just doesn't look like it's the case right now. NBK's only got to 1 HP. You can kill him with a flash nade.
Yeah, Apex also coming over to support right now, but he gets taken out. So it's all cleanup from here. They've done some good damage, but couldn't clean anything up. So going into that first gun round, it's going to be 10-8 for Team Envy.
So, small detail, but I really enjoyed the way that Device essentially gave up on even looking at the bomb site and just went into CT spawn, fully trusting that his teammates were going to cover that. That's very important, because you do actually get sometimes, even at a pro level, where 3 people or more are staring at the same corner, all thinking that someone else is going to cover the rest of the map. You can tell Device had a lot of trust in his teammates there.
That can come down to communication as well, and also just this well-oiled machine. It seems like Team Solo Mid have really ironed out all the wrinkles when it comes to their takes. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing, and that gives you the confidence to go for those plays. But Kenny does have his AWP now, as well as Device. So right from the start here in the first buy, we've got both operas equipped. But the focus seems to be on mid, at least to begin with here for Envy. Apex and NBK trying to establish a bit of a crossfire in case anybody from Team Solo Mid peeks here. But so far, no action, no real targets for them. Team Solo Mid, we're expecting more action on A, it seems.
It was turning into a very close game. I mean, 9 rounds in a row in the first half for Envy to finish at 10-5. But now TSM are bringing it back. We'll see if Envy can put an end to it now that they've got rifles. Maybe especially Kenny with that deadly AWP. 50 seconds on the clock, and it seems like TSM are setting up for a bit of an A push.
A very slow pace, though. They haven't gathered any information, not putting pressure anywhere. They're just waiting for something, and finally KJB comes out mid, meets no resistance, and there's the aggressive play, trying to find information as Envy, but NBK gets dropped. There's Dupree and Zipix opening things up with 2 kills.
And you thought for a second that they would get away with it, but Envy decided to just open everything up for Team Solo Mid. Happy is here, though. Gets the first shot, but Zipnik spots him getting away into the smoke, and he's not going to let him escape. 2 players remain here for Envy, Kenny and Kiyoshima, and there's really not a whole lot they can do in this situation, but Cajun, he's got a read on this. He's going to be listening for those footsteps. Does he realize that somebody's already made it onto the B side? Kenny on high, and no, he does not. Free kill for Kiyoshima. He can upgrade to an AK if he wants it. Not going to hesitate.
It's like both these teams are just getting so uncomfortable with the fact that they're not seeing anything on their CT side. That aggressive play, they commit to that fight, and they just get mowed down and punished for it. So both teams coming out on their terror sides very, very passive.
And we've seen now the aggressive pump flash into A main. We've seen the mid push from Cajun when they were playing on the CT side. We've seen a couple, but mostly in the pistol force-up where TSM tried to go aggressive on B, but you could do it with rifles too. We haven't seen anything in Squeak Door yet. Is that, would you say that's a higher risk push in the CT side?
Yeah, well, yes, because you can't really, I mean, it can be tough to fall back if you haven't coordinated. Sometimes it's really good for an op to just go in and get that angle, try and find that one pick. But yeah, it's the biggest risk, really, for trying to escape after getting a kill. It's somewhere that even if you get that pick, the terrorist team can even things up immediately afterwards.
Well, here we go. All pressure on Team Envy now as they decide to go for the force buy off of the saved gun. So Kenny's still with the AWP, and he's looking to get some action. Actually changing up the position this time, looking into B halls, but Device one step ahead, already holding the angle. Not a chance for Kenny there to basically get that opening kill that would have given EnVy the B site. Now, no need to take a risk on Team Solo Mid's side. It's going to be all pressure on EnVy to try and bring this back, bring it back to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, they saw that coming. And that means the AWP is going to be out of the hands of Kenny into the hands of Happy, which is not always a huge downgrade. Happy's got some good success with that weapon as well, but he's going to be alone over at the B-bomb site. It means if he goes down, the round is probably going to be over. He's hiding in the back lines here. Check it, 50 seconds left. Molotov reigns in. He's forced back, and I think they spotted him as well, which means this is not a comfortable position. Kiyoshima shooting them in the feet. What a cruel way to die. Happy is going to go down, double grenaded, and Sipnix with a shot on Kiyoshima. And it's going to be Carrigan eventually going down, but I don't think this is possible. MBK, very crafty indeed, but he shouldn't be able to win this round for EnVy.
What a thing of beauty as well, when they decide to push in through the main B halls. The first man through, sure, he's going to be taking that peek to get the info, but as soon as they spot the man on high, Kiyoshima goes for the repeat, 3 guys are waiting for him. Boom, instant death. He can't even trade up for 1 kill. So just Team Solo Mid are getting so thorough with their approach to the site. They localized, they figured out where Happy was playing from. Boom, they cut him out of the picture. Then they just step on to the next step in the process, which is remove the next man who's on the B site. Likelihood that Kiyoshima would be high, they figure it out and they take advantage.
Yeah, and here's the scary part for EnVy is what spurred on their 9-0 run at the end of the first half was having complete control of the economy. TSM never, maybe 1 round in those 9 that they had a really strong buy, a full buy, and now with that force buy last round that doesn't work out, and even buying up here, this is a situation where the economy for EnVy could be in shambles coming up. I mean, this is going to be a strong buy, but this might be, I mean, it could really turn after this.
I mean, look at the money that Zipnix has. Basically, he's sitting on 10,000. It means that Team Solo Mid don't have to eco for a long time. But no off this time around for Kenny, so we'll see how he fares. Early aggression out into mid, and big spray from NBK. Catches out Carrigan as he tries to push through the smoke. No joy there for TSM.
And he just had a mag 10. He was just trying to create a bit of a distraction. I think they're going to run in here, and Kenny will pick up the first kill, but they're flashed, and smokes are going up. They need to move quick here, TSM, and they're slowed down, and they get shut down. Keijun will get a kill, but he drops to Kenny. Kiyoshima takes down his teammate, and that's going to leave Device now in a tough position. If he had the bomb, he'd had a lot more options here.
Kenny is ludicrous as well. You see that? Jumping off the box just to peek over the smoke. He could have very well got sprayed down there.
I think crucially, I mean, Device, this is so long to try and save this weapon, so he's going to go do something. Like you said, he has the economy. They have the economy on that team for him to try and get some kills. If he can get just 1 or 2 more, keep the economy for EnVy low in return, that would be huge. And finds MBK, can't get the kill. And I think that round, Carrigan actually made the same mistake that I did. I did not expect the buy from EnVyUs to be that strong. And you could see he picked up a Mac 10. He was expecting to come out mid and just get a couple free kills and build up his own bank, and gets punished for it.
So TSM won 5 rounds in a row in the beginning of this half, and they survived with 3 or more members every single one of those rounds. That's why their economy is so good as well. That also means EnVy's round loss bonus was at 5 in a row. Maybe TSM could have at least tested that theory of them ecoing before they went crazy.
There was a sense of haste as well after that. You know, Carrigan getting caught, all of a sudden I think the rest of TSM were like, oh man, we got to act on this. We got to see if we can't get a punish. Bring it back. And that did not work for them at all whatsoever.
Well, that's those 2 different school of thoughts on how you want to play your anti-ecos. Do you want to pro bomb sites? Do you want to get the information before committing? Or do you want to try and catch them off guard with a really, really fast, aggressive strategy? And there, if they made that mistake, they went with the fast plan and it just doesn't work out.
Well, we have the beginning now as TSM, of course, are going to be able to go for a full buy. EnVyUs, however, have done a fantastic job of holding on to their nades. When passing the minute mark, well, you know, headshots will work too. Apex Device didn't even know it hit him there. But they still have so many nades, EnVy, especially with the man advantage now, they can run down the clock forever. Molotov on Apex, a few smokes left, all the flashes. This is very difficult now for TSM to find a way to get onto a site, let alone hold it.
Ooh, did that Molotov fail? I think maybe it did. But they're going to be moving in, and there's only 1 person on this B bomb site. Kenny, though, up on the high ground, too. He's going to get a shot. Kiyoshima goes down. Kenny with a double, and Carrigan, he might get a bomb plant if he's quick here, but he's not going to win the round. He's boxed in 1v4, grenades raining in, no bomb plant. And that is a big deal here. EnVy losing a bunch of rounds in a row, but now they're back in it.
Is anybody else getting a feeling of what we saw yesterday versus Na'Vi? Slow start for EnVy. I mean, really not hitting the shots, not quite gelling, but then as the half progresses, things start coming together. Then they get the economy established, and it's just one step at a time for EnVy. They're slow, I mean, a slow engine, I guess. I mean, they're kind of old. No, that doesn't work, right? You know, you got to let it run in the morning for a bit before you can start driving. You know, there you go. EnVy now, they feel like the team that's in control of this situation.
Yeah, both halves now. 5 rounds for TSM before EnVy picks it up, and a nice shot from NBK.
Well, gonna get a second one there on Sipnik's. Not the best equipment right now for TSM, but even if they had it, getting a shot to the face like that shot you down. Kenny, the kill on Device, and it's gonna be Cajun going down. The bomb has also been given up, and Carrigan is alone. Great flashbang, but it won't matter. NBK will find the triple kill, and that's now 13 to 10. That's the threshold. That's how many rounds EnVy will give you before they really start to punish you.
I mean, 3 convincing wins in a row for EnVy as well. There's not even a glimmer of hope in any of these rounds for TSM.
Yeah, they look at the approach. They're just constantly getting picked off one at a time at TSM. The first man in, gone. NBK, he's ready to hold the line, but there's no instant refrag. They're not coming around the corner together.
And some good drawings there, positions from either team, and the smoke's in the middle. And we see the same double smoke that YNK was just pointing out here. Try and give TSM a bit of mid control, and NBK, same as last time, ends up falling back.
And Happy now, he's going to get into a bit of an interesting position. Unfortunately for him, nobody's there, but this is the first time that he's going to go ahead and push Squeak. Instead, it's going to be a straight B rush coming through, and Cajun V, Zipnik's using the Tech 9s, picking up 2 quick kills, opening up the site here for TSM. Now it comes down to whether Apex really wants to go for the big play, but he's actually going to go rushing right through, full flash, misses the shots, though, nothing there. Happy will be able to pick up a kill, however, but he's going to get overwhelmed surely, and there it is. Carrigan finally making sure that the backstab is done.
This shouldn't be possible, but Apex finds another kill. They have such a huge lead. TSM, what are they doing? Device, the last man standing. That bomb is ticking. But NBK has the kid. He's got no grenades. He's going to go. Taps it once. Not going to hold it down. Device coming on in. He's very close. Bomb almost got it. But there it is. Device picking it up with the kill. Very close. And that shows you just how dangerous EnVy are.
A beautiful win there for TSM, just pinching into the checkers. 2 players stacked there with the AWP. Kiyoshima's just there to support him, but some miscommunication in how mid was being watched when those smokes went up. It doesn't look like the checkers players knew that occurred, so coming through the vents, a pair of free kills for the Tech 9s.
Yeah, that's, I mean, close quarters as well with the Tech 9s. That's ideal. That's the perfect situation. One shot, headshot with that pistol, and you got 24 bullets to get the job done. I mean, definitely working out there for Team Solo Mid, but we will have a full buy on both sides. And Happy, once again, because he didn't get figured out last time, they didn't spot him. He's like, well, why not? I'll just go ahead and push Squeak again, see if I can't get something done this time around. Unfortunately for him, Carrigan, who's been very thorough on that T side of checking these halls, he's there waiting for him. So some information gained for Happy, but unfortunately no kill for him.
A round win here might actually break the EnVy economy. Now, because it's EnVy, you can never really say that. They might try for a crazy force-up, especially if you feel like TSM is getting a bit too close. But they really don't have a lot of money. So there would be a lot to gain here for the Danish side if they can make it work. 55 seconds, and Apex finding a new position here in middle that he hasn't really been playing too much. Also cool because he can fall down behind the sandbags. Again, it works in 2 different ways, and that's definitely important here. EnVy are sort of running out of grenades at about the 40-second mark, and there's Device peeking on in, finds the perfect timing, even a headshot to finish it off, even though it was a bit sketchy at the beginning, and that's going to give some more mid-control, and that means they swing back towards the A-bomb side.
Yeah, and what a call from Carrigan as well. We already see a bit of a rotation coming out. Happy getting a little bit closer into mid, trying to get that info. Kenny playing in link, but he's going to start rotating around. What a shot! Oh, from Device. And NBK, however, he will be able to pick up 2 kills. That's the minimum necessary. If he can pick up another one, this would be huge, but it's not meant to be. Dupree is there. Now the rotation only just coming in. Were they not convinced that it was an A take? Because the 2 guys coming in for EnVy, they're so very late in this situation.
NBK gets those 2 kills, and we actually saw Kenny S and Kiyoshima full rotating back towards B, so very confused. A very clever strategy from TSM, throws EnVy off, and that's going to be a 2nd win for TSM. And now, like you said, the economy is so incredibly low. They've bought double ops these past few rounds, even when they're losing. That's an expensive setup to try and run.
And just incredible entries that time around from Device. I mean, picking up the mid, but then also removing Happy. Still, once Happy goes down, they're still in the dark, EnVyUs. They don't have anything to go off of. They see Device. That's it. 1 guy. They don't know if it's going to be a split or anything of the sort.
Now, TSM know that AWP is still in play. How do they find out where it is and try and avoid it? Because there's one quick way to lose around, and that's running right into Kenny.
Well, like we talked about, Kerrigan being so thorough over towards the door, making sure he's not going to get punished by that push, so they're playing it very passively, and they have. Remember Device, the last time they were in this situation, Kenny actually tried to get aggressive towards B, and Device held far back with that AWP, so it wouldn't surprise me to see that again.
As far as the setup is concerned, here we go. Device is going to be taking that peek. Bit of a late play towards A side here for Envy, but 3 players up close. And Kenny thinking about going into Squeaky. Wants to go for Kerrigan. Happy got the info last round. Now they want to see if they can't get the pick. But again, Kerrigan escapes barely with his life. He's down to 31 HP after that engagement.
A little bit scary. I like the reaction from Apex as well. The same smoke in the middle goes up, and this time he says, all right, I'm going to play on the other side. I won't let you get the same mid control you've been having earlier. And he sees that no one's in there, so he knows no one's sneaking into vent or anything like that. Pretty good information play from Apex.
Yeah, he's really setting it up, and now, well, as far as Apex and Kenny are concerned, the 2 big guns, it is going to come down to a bit of a gamble on EnVyUs' part. Rather than just putting one rifle there. Oh, although Apex is now starting to rotate back around, so he's going to get a little bit more mid presence with that with that CZN.
This is kind of a cool setup in A. Kenny in the corner, they actually had that boost that they just took down. It was a little bit of a bait and switch, but they don't commit to it. And look how careful TSM's being. They haven't made any progress, and they're going to go, it looks like, over towards this A bomb site eventually.
So Kenny in that corner. It's time to step it up, otherwise the score might be equalized. Economy will be broken this time if Kenny goes down. And TSM could actually steal this map away right at the very end. A lot here is on the French sniper, and he's going to get the first kill. His teammate goes down. Kenny in the back lines. Can he get a bit more? They're getting close. He's got the pistol out. He's ended up going down, and Device with a team nade, but it doesn't matter. They're still winning this. Oh no, what happens? MBK goes down with this Shima with a double kill, and Envy, they win it eventually. If not for that team grenade, you gotta wonder what would have happened there. That turned the team fight in a second. And now things are looking very tough here. Envy, look at that smile.
Well, he knows they got bailed out a little bit by that grenade. But actually, TSM did something really cool with Device, knowing he's gonna go up against a duel, believing that op was gonna be in that corner. They had the first player jump out and him there to just hold the angle once Kenny fired his first bullet. But unfortunately, they get the entries they need, but it does come down to that nade.
Yeah, I like how Device actually swapped out from the off to the AK as well. He's like, okay, it's going to be a bit of a, melee here.
Get a little dirty when I enter the bomb site.
Yeah, right, spray and pray, that sort of thing. And it just doesn't work. I mean, Kirishima also, just the perfect spot for him to be in to close that down. But 14 rounds now for EnVyUs. They need 2 more to lock down this first map, whereas Team Solo mid, it's all or nothing. They're going for the force buy here. If they lose this round, they will have nothing left to work with in the last round here. So it's all on Team Solo mid. What can they give us? And wow, they're going for the boost again. They're really trying to get something to catch out. Well, Happy and Kenny have been favoring that spot. They're looking to see if they can't find them.
Apex is on the other side. He lost this battle last time to Device, and he's actually going to fall off and play very close to middle here. See if he can catch them as they eventually come over. You can tell that TSM are setting up for it, and Apex is very much alone here. He needs some backup if they're all going to come through, but if they peek him one at a time, and that's the play he wants. He's making a little bit of noise running back, and I'm worried about that, and Dupree will take him down. That seemed like a bit of a careless round for Apex.
I agree. What was that? Making steps of all things? Like, that's, of course Team Solo mid are going to punish you. They could think, I mean, Apex is probably thinking, well, they'll think it's a bait, and but still, Team Solo mid not going to miss an opportunity like that. And now NBK is going to be the one taking a bit of a cheeky position over in A main, and they're going to rush right in, but Zipnix checks the corner. Still NBK finds the kill.
Solid play from Cajun there. Not risking it, just letting MBK come to him. Happy trying to get the crossover spray here, but this might not be done. Cajun will go down to Happy. Device is right next to him in the smoke. He's going to come out any second. 9 seconds left, 8 seconds. Where's that bomb plan? There's Device charging in. He gets the shot. It's still a 2v2. The bomb goes down. This might be it for TSM. Device gets the spray, but he goes down. Hiroshima picks up the triple kill, and it's match point here, or map point for Envy. What a retake.
What a gutsy play from Device, though. Just waits a little bit too long, trying to make something happen. Almost magically pulls it back and helps his team to that win. But what we're seeing is Envy starting. Kiyoshima's really come alive in these retakes, in these late round situations. His rotations from B have just been on point. Perfect timing on him.
I don't know. I'm at a loss. I almost had to look away there. Just so close. I'm like, I can't bear to watch.
And you talked about it, too. They got bailed out by that bomb plant, but TSM, this is a really really broken by for a round they have to win.
Exactly. That was the real risk they were running. They put everything they had into that last round. Luckily for them, they can afford 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s. And so they're going up against a team that thrives off of this kind of buy. Will EnVy fall for it? As far as the setup is concerned, very similar to what we've seen so far from Team Solo Mid. And Kerrigan even going so far as to get all the way up into Squeak. So we'll see if he makes use of that. EnVyUs, they haven't really used the Happy Boost much on the A side either, so that's interesting. The fact that they're changing up their positions, really trying to catch TSM out and close this map down. And frustration shots basically from Device. He missed his opportunity.
Yeah, this is where they've kind of found some success early on in these rounds, is Device being boosted over that mid, so they're trying to go back to it, trying to make something happen, as he does have one of the AKs, but with nothing being spotted, they settle down into an A hit.
Look at this push from Happy, looking over the container. Smoke gonna go up, not gonna block his view. Flashbang, seeing Happy. Good spray there. MBK with 1 Dupree with a double in return, and this might be it. They need this round. He's trying to put down the bomb, but Apex not gonna stop. Denies the plant. Cajun will get the refrag. But we were talking about Kiyoshima, and he's still alive. He's been so good on the retakes here. Kenny spots 2 crossing over. He knows where the eye's gonna miss the shot, but now the bomb is planted, and Cajun swinging around. He's gonna spray down 1, goes for a second. Kiyoshima gets the shot. Let's see if he can do it. He's done it all game long. Devices there, but he's low on health. Kiyoshima around the corner. Is he going to do it? Is he going to be able to? He goes apocalyptic and he takes down TSM on cash. Kiyoshima, what a performance.
Absolutely unreal.